Deliverance, 1972, is one of the most intense and unforgettable thrillers in cinema history. With its gripping story, breathtaking cinematography, and haunting performances, it left a lasting impact on audiences worldwide. But what happened to the cast of this legendary film? From Hollywood icons to lesser-known faces, we take a look at the stars of Deliverance, then and now. Join us as we explore their careers, personal lives, and the legacy they left behind. Burt Reynolds was born on February 11, 1936, in Waycross, Georgia. Initially a promising football player at Florida State University, an injury forced him to shift his focus to acting. By the 1960s, he had started making a name for himself in television, but it was Deliverance that catapulted him into stardom. His portrayal of Lewis Medlock, the adventurous and rugged leader of the group, established him as a Hollywood action star. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Reynolds became one of the most bankable actors in Hollywood, starring in hits such as Smokey and the Bandit, The Longest Yard, and Cannonball Run. His career had its ups and downs, but he made a major comeback in 1997 with Boogie Nights, where he played porn director Jack Horner. This role earned him a Golden Globe and an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Reynolds continued to work in films and television throughout the 2000s and 2010s, appearing in independent films and guest starring in TV series. He also published an autobiography reflecting on his Hollywood experiences. Unfortunately, Burt Reynolds passed away on September 6, 2018, at the age of 82 due to a heart attack. His legacy as one of Hollywood's most charismatic leading men lives on. Ned Beatty was born on July 6, 1937, in Louisville, Kentucky. He developed a passion for theater at an early age and performed in numerous stage productions before making his big-screen debut in Deliverance. His portrayal of Bobby Tripp, the city dweller who endures a horrific assault, remains one of the film's most memorable and harrowing performances. Beatty quickly became one of Hollywood's most respected character actors. He delivered a powerful performance in Network, earning an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. He also played memorable roles in Superman, Rudy, and Shooter. In addition to live-action roles, he became known for his voice work, most notably as Lotso in Toy Story 3. In his later years, Beatty continued to act in television and film while occasionally returning to the theater. On June 13, 2021, he passed away at the age of 83 due to natural causes. His contribution to cinema, particularly as a skilled supporting actor, remains widely recognized and celebrated. Jon Voight was born on December 29, 1938, in Yonkers, New York. Coming from an artistic family, he studied acting at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C., and began his career in theater. His breakthrough came with Midnight Cowboy, where he played Joe Buck, earning his first Academy Award nomination. In Deliverance, Voight played Ed Gentry, a businessman who is forced to find his inner strength when a canoe trip turns into a nightmare. His gripping performance further established him as a major star in Hollywood. Voight went on to win an Academy Award for Best Actor for Coming Home and earned further nominations for Runaway Train and Ollie. As of 2025, Jon Voight is still active in the entertainment industry at the age of 86. He gained renewed fame in recent years for his role as Mickey Donovan in the television series Ray Donovan, winning a Golden Globe for his performance. He continues to act in films and TV projects while also being outspoken on political and social issues. Billy Redden was born in 1956 in Rabun County, Georgia. He was just a teenager when he was cast in Deliverance, where he played Lonnie, the eerie-looking banjo-playing boy, in one of the film's most iconic scenes, the dueling banjo sequence. His unique appearance and unsettling stare made him a memorable part of the film, despite having no spoken lines. Unlike most of his co-stars, Redden did not pursue a Hollywood career. After Deliverance, he briefly appeared in a few projects, including Big Fish, where he reprised a similar banjo-playing role. He mostly stayed out of the spotlight, living in Georgia and working various jobs, including in a local cafe where he interacted with tourists fascinated by his role in Deliverance. As of 2025, Billy Redden is still alive and in his late 60s. While he never became a full-time actor, he remains a beloved part of film history, often being invited to fan events and interviews about his experience in Deliverance. Ronny Cox was born on July 23, 1938 in Cloudcroft, New Mexico. Before landing the role of Drew Ballinger in Deliverance, he was primarily a musician. His role as the kind-hearted Drew, who plays guitar alongside Lonnie in the famous dueling banjos scene, was his film debut. After Deliverance, Cox went on to have a long and successful career in both film and television. He became known for playing authority figures, often portraying military leaders, politicians, and corporate executives. Some of his most notable roles include the villainous Dick Jones in RoboCop and Cohagen in Total Recall. He also had a recurring role in Star Trek: The Next Generation as Captain Edward Jellicoe. Outside of acting, Cox continued his passion for music and toured as a folk singer, releasing several albums. As of 2025, he is still active in the entertainment industry, primarily focusing on his music career. Now in his mid-80s, he occasionally appears in films and television, but spends much of his time performing folk concerts across the United States. Herbert "Cowboy" Coward was born in 1938 in North Carolina. Unlike the other actors in Deliverance, Coward had no formal acting experience. He was discovered by Burt Reynolds, who had previously worked with him in a Wild West-themed amusement park. Reynolds recommended him for the role of the sadistic, toothless mountain man who terrorizes the protagonist in one of the film's most infamous scenes. Despite his chilling performance, Coward did not pursue a mainstream Hollywood career. He remained in North Carolina, occasionally appearing in small independent films and local reenactments of Deliverance-themed events. In 2007, he made a surprise return to acting in the exploitation film Ghost Town alongside fellow Deliverance co-star Bill McKinney. As of 2025, Herbert Coward, now in his late 80s, has largely retired from public life. Though not as well known as the film's lead actors, his role in Deliverance remains one of the most disturbing and unforgettable portrayals in movie history. James Dickey was born on February 2, 1923, in Atlanta, Georgia. He was not primarily an actor, but a celebrated poet and novelist. His 1970 novel Deliverance became a literary sensation and was later adapted into the 1972 film, for which he also wrote the screenplay. Dickey made a cameo appearance in the film as Sheriff Bullard, the small-town lawman who subtly warns the survivors to leave without asking too many questions. Before Deliverance, Dickey was known as one of the most significant American poets of the 20th century. His works often explored themes of nature, survival, and the human condition. His time as a fighter pilot in World War II and the Korean War greatly influenced his writing. After Deliverance, Dickey continued his literary career, publishing poetry and novels while also teaching at various universities. He remained a respected but controversial figure in American literature due to his strong personality and intense writing style. James Dickey passed away on January 19, 1997, at the age of 73 due to lung disease. His influence on both literature and film remains profound, and Deliverance continues to be his most famous work. Bill McKinney was born on September 12, 1931, in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Before becoming an actor, he served in the U.S. Navy during the Korean War. His breakthrough role came with Deliverance, where he played the sadistic mountain man responsible for one of the most disturbing scenes in film history, the infamous assault scene. His chilling performance left a lasting impact on audiences and made him one of the most memorable villains in cinema. After Deliverance, McKinney built a reputation as a tough, menacing character actor. He frequently appeared in Clint Eastwood films, including The Outlaw Josie Wales, Every Which Way But Loose, and Pale Rider. He also played roles in First Blood and Back to the Future Part 3. In his later years, McKinney pursued a passion for music, recording a country album. He continued acting in smaller roles and independent films up until his death. Bill McKinney passed away on December 1, 2011, at the age of 80 due to esophageal cancer. Despite his terrifying role in Deliverance, those who knew him described him as a kind and soft-spoken man in real life. Seaman Glass was born on September 26, 1925, in Brooklyn, New York. Before becoming an actor, he had a diverse background. He served in the U.S. Merchant Marine during World War II, worked as a professional boxer, and was a schoolteacher. His acting career began in the late 1950s, and he appeared in numerous films and television shows. In Deliverance, he played one of the Griner brothers, the gas station owner who warns the city men about the dangers of the river before their ill-fated canoe trip. Though his role was brief, his character set the tone for the film's ominous atmosphere. Glass had a long career in Hollywood, appearing in films such as This Property is Condemned and Lady in Cement. He also had guest roles in TV series like Gunsmoke, Bonanza, and Columbo. Seaman Glass passed away on July 12, 2016, at the age of 90. His role in Deliverance remains one of his most recognized performances, contributing to the film's eerie and unsettling tone. More than 50 years after its release, Deliverance remains a powerful and unsettling masterpiece. While some of its cast members have passed away, their performances continue to captivate new generations of film lovers. The film's legacy lives on, not just in its thrilling story, but in the incredible talent of those who brought it to life. Which performance from Deliverance stands out to you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more cinematic retrospectives.